Hi everyone, welcome to Poonam's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll share with you my recipe for making Dhaba style aloo parathas. Traditionally, these parathas are made in a clay oven, but today's recipe is about making these on a tawa or a skillet. No special gadget is required for making these delicious aloo parathas. Let's see how to make these. To make Dhaba style aloo paratha, I'll start with kneading a dough. Here I have 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. I'll transfer this to a bowl, add half teaspoon salt, mix this together. I'm using water at room temperature. I'll add water little at a time and knead a dough. It's going to be a medium soft dough. Be careful with the amount of water that you add at a time. You do not want the dough to become sticky. While kneading, if you think that the dough has become sticky, it is best to adjust by adding a little more whole wheat flour. What we need is a medium soft dough. Generally, the amount of water used will be a little less than half the quantity of the flour. If you're not comfortable kneading dough with your hands, I have already shared a method for kneading wheat flour dough in the food processor. You can check that out. I've also shared a detailed video on how to knead dough in large quantities. Here I have the dough ready. We need to rest the dough for some time. My experience has been that if you store this dough in the refrigerator for at least half an hour, then rolling becomes easier. I'll take some oil on my palm and apply on this ball of dough so that this doesn't dry up. I'll transfer the dough to a container. The container is not airtight, so I'll apply a layer of cling film so that the dough doesn't dry out, and I'll cover this up. And this goes in the refrigerator for half an hour. And now while the dough rests, I'll prepare the stuffing. To make stuffing, here I have boiled potatoes. I'll boil these potatoes in the pressure cooker. As soon as they were done, I removed the potatoes from the hot water. If the potatoes keep sitting in the hot water, then water seeps in the potatoes. And when you make a stuffing, it becomes very gooey. You do not want excess moisture in the potatoes, else rolling becomes difficult. Once the boiled potatoes cooled down, I transferred them to the refrigerator. So when the potatoes are sitting in the refrigerator, they lose some of their extra moisture and we are able to make a good stuffing. So these potatoes are straight out of the refrigerator. I'll peel these. I'll mash these peeled potatoes with my hands. Do not grate these potatoes. Dhaba style aloo parathas have coarse pieces of potatoes. Coarse pieces of the potatoes do not have to be very big either, else they'll tear the paratha. So some fine base of potatoes and tiny bits of unmashed potatoes. I'll add a few spices. Half teaspoon hot red chilli, half teaspoon garam masala, half teaspoon Amchur powder or dry mango powder. I'll also add freshly pounded coriander seeds. If you do not have the whole coriander seeds, you can always use coriander powder. But the freshly pounded coriander seeds give a unique flavor. 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds. I very coarsely pounded these. Transfer these as well. If you noted, I have not added the salt yet. I'll be adding the salt to the mix only when I am ready to roll out the parathas. Mix in all the spices. If you were to taste this mix right now, the spice level should be at least 20% more than what you would want only for potatoes, because the stuffing has to spice up the dough as well. To this I am adding another 2 teaspoons of green chilies. I have chopped these fine, but the dhaba walas chop these very coarse. But I don't want big pieces of green chili coming in my mouth. And lots of cilantro leaves. Mix these all. Now you can always prepare this mix in advance without the salt. Keep it in an airtight container. I'm leaving this in this plate itself. And since I'm waiting for the dough to rest, for now I'll put this again in the refrigerator. If time permits, the best thing is mash the potatoes only when you're ready to roll. That way you can add the salt also at the same time and start rolling. The dough has rested for more than half an hour. I'll transfer it to another plate and give this a quick knead. I'll shape this into a log and make equal sized balls. The size of the ball will be bigger than what I use for making rotis, because I'm going to stuff it with aloo, which is quite heavy, and tandoori parathas are generally rolled a little thicker than the rotis or our tawa parathas. Here are the 5 balls. Here's the aloo stuffing that we made, nice and cold. I need to add salt. I'll add 3/4 teaspoon salt to this. Remember, I have already added salt to the dough. Mix the salt well. I'll taste a portion of the stuffing. Nice. And divide the stuffing also in 5 equal parts. No exact measurements, just eyeballing. Now a little something about how we will proceed with making the parathas. First of all, the dhaba walas make parathas in a clay oven, that is a tandoor. The temperature in the oven is very high, more than 500 degrees Fahrenheit. The dhaba walas stick the parathas to the walls of the tandoor. That ensures that the paratha does not fall into the tandoor. It also gives a nice texture at the back. If I were to drop a paratha on the tawa, the way we make the tawa paratha, it will not get the texture that we get in the tandoor. For even sticking of the paratha to the walls of the tandoor, the dhaba walas use sort of a pillow. So we'll create one pillow. For that I am using a washed hand towel. This is a makeshift arrangement. In the center of the towel I'll keep these. I'm using 2 kitchen towels to get a good thickness and fold this from all the sides. To tighten the pillow and to secure it, I'll put a rubber band up here. As I said, this is totally a makeshift arrangement. Now this pillow is firm and will not open up while using. Before I start rolling, little something about the tawa that I am using. Now for making these dhaba style tandoori parathas, you may use a cast iron or a hard anodized tawa or skillet, but you cannot use a non-stick tawa or skillet because the paratha needs to stick to the tawa. And secondly, we have to heat the tawa to very high temperatures. So we can do that with the hard ionized and the cast iron one, but not with the non-stick. So this works perfect. Right now the tawa is at the biggest burner of my gas stove. I'll set the heat to high and start rolling the paratha. Here I have a ball of the dough. I'll toss this in dry whole wheat flour and roll this evenly. I want a diameter of about 5 inches. Here I have some Desi ghee. You may use oil. I'll apply some ghee in the center and transfer one portion of the stuffing onto the center of this rolled disc. I'll bring these edges together. Exactly the same way we do for a tawa paratha. Twist this extra dough and stick it here on the top. Press lightly to flatten. This is the side that would go facing down on the tawa, and this is what needs to stick to the tawa. I'll toss this in dry wheat flour. Now where I had folded, that side goes down, and I'll roll this evenly. Now this is going to be thicker than our tawa paratha. The tawa that is heating up will almost take 2 minutes, even more than that, to reach the desired temperature. We want it really very hot. I have rolled this into a disc of around 6.5 to 7 inches in diameter. Now we can apply some toppings on this. For the first paratha I am using cilantro leaves. For the second paratha I'll show you different variations. I'll spread the cilantro leaves and roll this in. The leaves will stick to the paratha. Now let's see if our tawa is ready. Now when I say the tawa is very hot, I mean temperatures close to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes almost 3 minutes for the temperatures to reach close to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. It's taken exactly 3 minutes, and this is how water behaves. The water drops quickly, evaporate. This is how hot we want the tawa to be. See it cool down a little because of the water droplets, again cranking up to 500. This is the perfect temperature to transfer the paratha. I'll transfer the paratha first onto this pillow. To be able to stick the paratha onto the tawa, I'll apply some water on this. I've put a bowl of water on the side. And how do I do this? Just hold the tawa. I'll put little dents with my finger onto the paratha so that this doesn't puff up and sticks evenly. When you start seeing the dough on the top getting a little cooked, this is the time to flip the tawa. like this. You can adjust the heat. This is how it looks. You can always take a peek at the paratha to see how it is doing and keep moving it towards or away from the flame for even cooking. This looks just done. For the second paratha, I'll roll in the same manner. Remember to clean the tawa as well before putting the second paratha. Whenever you're rolling the paratha, you should not keep rolling in the center. Roll on all the sides and the center will automatically get thin. Toss in the dry flour as and when needed and then roll on the same side as earlier. Try to use as little dry flour as possible. Now for the second topping, I am going to use chopped ginger. You may use garlic, cilantro leaves. You may use chopped green chilies. It's entirely your choice, whatever flavor you want to give. Some leaves and roll these onto the paratha so that they stick. And transfer the paratha onto this pillow. One thing that the pillow definitely does is that it sticks the paratha evenly onto the tawa. Apply water. You may use a brush to apply water. It's your choice. Stick the paratha onto the tawa. Ready to invert the tawa. I'll reduce the heat to between low and medium. You'll have to adjust the heat accordingly. You need to keep taking a peek so that you know how is it doing, where to move the tawa so that the entire paratha gets the correct flame. And here I have my second paratha also ready, and remove it from the tawa. You see, if the temperatures are correct, the backside is also done so evenly, so perfect. At times the tandoor walas might give you a paratha which is uncooked from the back. Let's see how perfectly this has been done, just because I stuck it with the pillow. The third paratha. Just look at the back, so evenly done. The fourth paratha. The back side. Remember to clean the tawa each time before putting the paratha. My last paratha of the day. Here I have the lovely parathas. To flip this over, I'm going to apply some butter. You may use flavored butter, like you may flavor the butter with garlic, black pepper. Looking at this one. And my final fifth paratha. Butter. These are best served hot. Serve these with any curry of your choice. Dal makhani, shahi paneer. You can check out the videos for both of them on my channel. Serve these with pickle or yogurt, entirely your choice. Enjoy Dhaba style Tandoori Aloo Paratha made on a tawa at home. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked my method, do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Poonam's Kitchen on YouTube. See you again with a new recipe, a new trick very soon. Till then, bye.